Straight ahead on lunch break, sideline dust-ups. A team that's given up is Freddie's time up. We'll dive into the state of the Cleveland Browns. Plus, a new study shows the average American will forfeit half of their paid time off this year. We're going to tell you why that is a terrible decision. Plus, you've put off your holiday shopping until the last minute. That doesn't mean you've missed out on great deals. Our expert explains. Your Monday lunch break is straight ahead.
It's your lunch break with Jay Crawford.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Lunch Break. So good to see you again. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend until yesterday at 4 o'clock. And can I just say, Jasmine Monroe's joining us at the lunch table today. She just said, do you remember how excited we were when we got Odell Beckham?
Yes.
Yeah, we were running in the streets.
Unfortunately.
Not so much anymore. First on the menu, I thought the Plain Dealer headline this morning said it all. They called it The Nightmare Before Christmas. And that's what it was. Your Browns team, the one that we thought was a playoff team, went to Phoenix, and they were waxed, folks. They were waxed by a 3-win team. David Njoku, a healthy scratch, coach's decision. So now they're 6-8. They're basically playing out the string again, and we have seen that over and over and over again. In fact, the Browns will be the only NFL team for the entire decade to not have at least one winning season. That hurts my heart. Go to WKYC.com or our app and vote whether or not you think Freddie should be back next year. I feel like we sort of poisoned the soup by setting it up that way.
It's some pretty lopsided results right now.
Well, you can see right now 91% of you think that it should be a Fire Freddie hashtag. Joined now by digital sports reporter Ben Axelrod. Ben, good to see you again.
Yeah.
We saw the sideline dust up between Freddie and Jarvis fourth quarter. Freddie said it was nothing. What do you make of that in both the micro and the macro?
Yeah, I think it's a big deal, and I think it's kind of, it feels like we've said this the last 3 weeks, it's kind of a microcosm of the season. There is a lack of respect for Freddie Kitchens on this roster. We've seen stuff with Rashard Higgins, with Antonio Callaway, with Demarius Randall, now with David Njoku and Jarvis Landry. You don't typically see players, let alone a vocal leader like Jarvis Landry, go after the head coach.
And Higgins can't get on the field.
Yeah.
And he was basically the security blanket last year for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he was a key guy. I mean, I was watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday. Rashad Perriman, remember him? He played a key role on the Browns offense last year. He scored 3 touchdowns yesterday for Tampa Bay. He didn't come back because of the role Rashard Higgins and Odell Beckham Jr. were going to have in this offense. And like you said, Rashard Higgins can't even get on the field.
So what role does Baker play in all of this?
Yeah, that's a huge question, because I think you look at the failures of the Browns this season and their record, and a lot of it falls on the shoulders of Baker Mayfield. And that was one of the reasons why they hired Freddie Kitchens as the head coach. They thought Freddie Kitchens was going to be that guy to help take Baker Mayfield to the next level. They thought he played a pivotal role in Baker's success last season, toward the end of the season. And here we are, and Baker ranks toward the end of the league in a lot of statistical categories. And it's been a big step back for Baker. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, huge step back. Just go back 1 year right now. The love affair with Freddie was in full bloom.
Yeah,
everybody thought that Freddie was the future. And when you see how in 12 short months we've gone from that to what feels like an impending divorce here, where do they go from here? What do they do?
Yeah, it's really escalated quickly, and you look at the poll results, you look at public opinion. There's a report from the NFL Network yesterday that they were going to retain Freddie Kitchens barring a horrific collapse. Yesterday, I think, qualified as a horrific collapse, or at least the start of one. So if they enter a coaching search here, it's going to be interesting to see how big of a role Baker Mayfield plays in it and how big of a role GM John Dorsey plays in it.
Yeah, here we go again. Wash, rinse, repeat. I tweeted something late last night. Go back to 1988. That was the year they fired Marty Schottenheimer. 31 years ago.
Yeah.
We've gone through 14 coaches.
That's crazy.
And since that time, every coach has left Cleveland with a sub-500 record, except the one they fired after last season, Greg Williams.
But is firing really the answer?
No, you know what the answer is? Hiring the right guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's the answer. And when you know that you don't have them, it's step 2.
I'm not a believer in continuity for continuity's sake.
Nope,
if
I'm
you
not
think
either.
you have the wrong guy, you've got to move it and fix it.
Yeah, okay.
Fast too. All right, so
There
we
we
want to
are.
see what fans are saying. Of course, Stephanie knows all about that. Are they upset? Are they excited? What are they thinking?
Well, they're not excited. I'll tell you that much. We've got a couple of them that kind of give you the rundown of how people are feeling. First, we've got Scott Dryden. His Twitter account username is the Browns Scout, and he says this isn't a method to fairly evaluate a head coach or anyone really, but this will help sort of paint the picture for you. If Freddie Kitchens were fired today, would any team come calling this offseason? He says, obviously the answer is no, same as last year when they fired him. Need to correct the mistake. All right, moving on to what user Jesse Jr. 33 says. He says Freddie Kitchens makes Hugh Jackson look good. We know that's not good.
I'm not going that far.
He didn't do great for us either. All right, and then Corey Dallenberg says, happy Monday to everyone except Freddie Kitchens, Steve Wilkes, and the rest of the Browns organization that think it's a good idea to give Freddie a second year.
I think Hugh is better than
Not
Freddie.
happy about
You
it.
do?
Yes.
Well, 1-31.
Come on.
1-31.
But he didn't have those key players on that team.
1-31.
I think there is something to be said for Freddie having actual expectations.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he came in,
true.
he had those key players. He has Odell Beckham, he has Jarvis. You have all of these players, and
I would say this. I'd love to see what Hugh could do with this talent.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd love to see what anybody else could do with this talent. But clearly, it's proven to be too much trying to call the offense and manage the duties of a head coach. It just hasn't worked. Stephanie, thanks. Appreciate that. Yesterday really was like a 1-2 punch to the gut of all Cleveland sports fans because before the Browns debacle, the Indians went out and they traded away their best player over the last decade. Two-time Cy Young Award winner Corey Kluber, now a member of the Texas Rangers. So, Ben, we're going to keep you here to talk about this. They get younger, for sure. They get cheaper, for sure. Can't say they get better. Fans are reacting to this trade. How? Well, how do you see this trade?
You know, I think there's overall a negative reaction. And any time you trade a two-time Cy Young Award winner, one of the most accomplished players in franchise history, and the return was underwhelming. I mean, Emmanuel Clase might be a guy who becomes a staple of the bullpen, but that's not a very high-profile role. I will say, you know, the fact that the Indians' pitching staff is so deep and so talented, I think it is possible you do get better in the big picture and maybe in the long term. The big question is what's next. And, you know, to clear that $17 million of Corey Kluber's contract, fans aren't going to be happy if they don't reinvest that in the team. Chris Antonetti, the GM, said that they are going to reinvest it, but if they don't, that's going to be a big blow for this team and for this fan base's psyche.
Yeah, I don't know how you spend that $17 million and bring in someone of his stature. I don't know how you do that. We'll see.
Right.
They certainly have holes, particularly offensively. They have some needs.
And they were talking about Lindor, too, as well, with all of this reaction with him. Is that going to help? Is he going to get more money? Will he stay?
Yeah, Lindor's name is front and center in these trade talks in the baseball's winter meetings in the hot stove. And those talks are ongoing. The Dodgers are the one team that have been linked to the Indians consistently. They have a number of intriguing prospects, but you don't trade a guy like Francisco Lindor, a four-time All-Star, and get better with younger players. That's the one that, if they trade him, I think that's when we can start talking about this team's window as a contender and how long it's going to be open.
This is so depressing.
I feel like I just chewed on razor blades.
You want to talk about the Cavs?
No, I don't.
We got to go to Stephanie. Stephanie, can you bring us upbeat or something?
Ohio
Do you
State.
have anything?
I can. I promise you there was joy in Cleveland this weekend, and it was at Winter Wonder Cleveland. It's the new Instagram museum in town. If you guys haven't heard of what an Instagram museum is, this is a photo opportunity for all of you social media lovers out there. There's the Museum of Ice Cream that started in Los Angeles, the Rose Mansion in New York, Refinery 29's 29 rooms. Let's go all over the country, and now we have Winter Wonder Cleveland. There are 14 different interactive photo and video opportunities within this space. You see National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation-style Griswold house right there. That's the incredible Watson getting a snap in there. You can also take, so cute, right, with the dog? People even bring professional photographers with them into this space. Right now you're looking at the snow globe installation, which you can actually get inside. I got to witness this adorable photo shoot. And if you don't have someone to take your photo, they actually have stands that will prop up your phone so you can have your own little selfie-style shoot right there. That's Instagram user Erin Catania who shared this gorgeous photo. And of course, it wouldn't be a holiday pop-up without a This Is CLE stand with the Christmas Story leg lamp. I had to get in on that one there.
That's a great picture.
Oh, thank you guys so much. This is down at the Ingenuity Labs, which is an artist co-creating space in downtown. They've rented out half the space. We've got all of the ticketing information on our site. That's open now through January 17th. So if you don't know what an Instagram museum is, this is your chance to check it out. It's here in Cleveland.
Stephanie, I just got a new phone too, so I'm ready. We just took, we just had our profile picture taken. I'm
We
going to
did.
post it on Instagram.
Yes, we
Take
did.
your
Portrait mode.
Oh, another thing that everyone's clicking on today are the best holiday lights in town. You can
Wow.
see Avon. This is Spruce Court there. This was made by an 18-year-old. This entire display. He's been doing it for the last 4 years.
That's done right.
Sponsored by First Energy.
In Brunswick, we also have
Yeah.
right on Brigham Road. He's not paying the bill. He's just putting up the lights. Tons of lights, inflatables. The whole neighborhood gets in on it. On Brigham Road in Brunswick, they have a contest for it. There is also a beautiful light display in Wadsworth on Duane Lane. This is their
this
own
is the one
version.
from the vacation movie,
Yeah.
right?
Beautiful.
Their version of the Gridwold House. They've even got Cousin Eddie's RV parked there.
Which I'm sure the neighbors love.
I'm sure they love it. I'm sure they do. It probably causes quite the stir. And then in Fairview Park, we have Seabury Avenue, where 72 houses participate.
Wow.
They'll have a hot chocolate and a carousel this Saturday. It's a beautiful event. I actually have a really good girlfriend who lives in that neighborhood, and I've checked it out personally. It's beautiful. So we have all of the addresses for all of
great.
these locations. You can see the free home holiday lights.
Here I am with just lights in my window, thinking I'm doing something.
I have candles in all of our windows.
I can
Little
see
bit
you
on the
really
trees.
Griswolding it out.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
could.
I don't go overboard.
No.
I think less is more, but
It
I
is.
want it all to be kind of a understated
Punctuate. Yeah,
classy.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
the look I'm going for.
I like that too.
Don't know if I'm achieving it.
We're going
Okay,
to.
Steph, thank you very much. Next on the menu, question for our viewers out there. Do you use all of your allotted vacation days? And I ask this because according to Priceline, this is a stunning study. They found that your average American will only use half of his or her paid time off this year. I can't fathom that. I don't know why they would do that, but the survey tells us that they're doing that because, well, they have a difficulty of unplugging from work. They feel a sense of guilt if they actually take their vacation time, and workers are concerned with their reputations with the bosses. Now, I want to point out that Jasmine is not at all concerned. She's just back from a 2-week vacation.
I am.
And she's going on vacation next week.
I told you to keep that quiet.
She did tell me not. Now, I say all of that, but I also need to point out that last year
Yeah.
you left a week on the table.
I did, and just like it was saying, you feel guilty. So I love my EP, Jenny Jordan.
She's awesome. Yeah, she's a rock star.
She has stuff planned out. She's so organized, and it's like, oh, I was going to take off that week, and then I feel bad, like I do.
You don't want to disappoint
Yeah,
her.
and then I like working here.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
it's a great place to
It's
work.
not, it doesn't feel like work.
But all of that being said, listen to some of the side effects of not taking all your time. We're giving our bosses in total $65.5 billion of free work.
Oh, wow.
$65.5 billion. Also, it has a negative effect on our health. The study found that you're much more likely to have a stroke, to have sleeping disorders, to have heart disease, and diabetes and obesity. So the bottom line here is your boss should be thrilled that you're taking all of your healthy time because you won't be sick.
Well, I'm going to go.
No. You just got back.
Okay.
3 out of 4 weeks in the month of December, Jasmine will be enjoying vacation.
Everyone knows my life now, Jay. He can't keep a secret, folks.
I can't.
Oh,
Next on the
gosh.
menu, there's only 9 days until Christmas. Do you still have folks you haven't shopped for? I'm guessing you do. We have an expert to tell you how you can still find some late deals when lunch break comes right back. Stay with us. We welcome you back to lunch break. Yeah, we're in the home stretch now, Jasmine.
Yes.
We're getting close, and we have 9 days left to Christmas. So if you think that retailers have actually given up on the notion that they can get even more money out of us between now and then, think again.
They could probably, sure. But NBC's Chris Clackham has ways that you can save on deals and that cash.
A mid-season report on holiday shopping suggests it's even better than predicted.
People are spending money. It looks like they're spending 14% more than last year.
But retailers are still dishing out deals for last-minute shoppers.
Deals this good won't last long.
Because it's a shorter holiday shopping season, that means that retailers are clamoring for shoppers' business, and every single day counts. So if you don't see a deal today, make sure to check back tomorrow.
Retail Me Not Sarah Skirball also has another little trick you can try to save even more.
Shop around, put things in your cart, and then leave your website. If you're actually logged in, I can almost guarantee you will get an email in your inbox saying, "We saw you abandon your cart. Here's a 10% off code on us."
But buying online usually requires using your credit card, which investment experts warn can be overused.
Don't think of your credit card as an unlimited bottomless piggy bank. Think of your credit card as a means to do your shopping, but make sure you stay within your budget.
Credit card reward points, though, can come in handy while holiday shopping.
To leverage my credit card points that I've accumulated over the year to redeem them now for things like gift cards and gifts and even Apple products.
And speaking of cards, gift cards are still the gift of choice among so many shoppers this holiday season. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
Chris, I love that tip about leaving it in your cart.
I didn't know
Get
that.
10% off. I didn't either. I'm going to try it. Next on the menu, it's sometimes easy to forget about stocking stuffers until it's too late. Our expert is here next with great ideas to make you fill your stockings with all the right stuff. Welcome back to Lunch Break. Christmas is just around the corner, and we know that you're looking for specific gifts. But one of the things that you can't leave out, stocking stuffers. And we have Allie Merjeski here now. She's the editor-in-chief of Toy Insider, and she's here with some great ideas for those stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your own kids, nieces, nephews, whoever you buy
It's a
for.
perfect gift for everybody, right?
And everything here, with the exception of one down there at the end, is under $20.
It sure is.
Which is good. This looks yummy. What do we have here?
So this is the Fluffy Clouds jars. You can open one of them if you like.
Fluffy Cloud jar?
Yeah, these are from We Cool Toys. They're all scented compounds. So it's like slimy, stretchy, mushy, and kids can play with it. It's a very tactile toy. And
Ooh,
it
it
also
smells
comes
delicious.
with a charm inside. So you can dig the charm out of the slime.
Right.
You can collect these
Here's the
little
charm.
charms as well.
And they're all fruit themed, right?
Yeah, so they're different. This round is, yeah.
Okay, well, here would be my fear.
Okay.
If kids think Tide Pods look yummy, I would be afraid that they would eat these.
Well, parent supervision, right?
Parent
So just make
supervision,
sure
but is this non-harmful?
Yeah, it's non-toxic. So,
Okay.
I mean, if it
Well, you don't encourage
I would
kids
not
to eat
encourage
it.
anybody
Yeah.
to eat this.
But I'm just telling you, the 7-year-old me,
Yeah.
I'd get a spoon and I'd say, this looks really good. I want to try that.
Well, I'm also hoping on first taste it wouldn't be good at all.
Yeah, and it would be the last taste. Okay, now these are really cool. You almost have to touch these to get the real coolness of them.
So these are Orb Oddities Morphables. So as you can feel, they're stretchy and squishy. They start out as fun characters, like we have a T-Rex here, you have a unicorn, I have a sloth, but then you can pull and morph and stretch them into
They're almost like
different
Stretch Armstrongs.
Yeah.
When I was really little. Do
And
they
you can
break?
stretch them very far.
Could you break them?
I'm pulling it very hard as I possibly can.
I feel like I could break it, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
But they puff out into different shapes and different kinds of textures and stuff. So
What's
it's really
funny
fun
is
for kids.
it's sticky like bubble gum almost, but it doesn't. You can pull your hand off.
And
of
now
it.
your hands are
and your
sticky
hand. There's
once
nothing on
there's
there.
no residue
It's
at
like
all.
some sort of miracle substance. Very cool idea. I like those. What's
Okay,
this?
Next up is one of my favorites. This is Jigsaws from Fat Brain Toys. So these are puzzles that kids can put together, but all of the pieces are the same size and shape. They're just different colors. And they follow this pattern. It doesn't have any instructions. It's just the color pattern that they can follow. And then once you're done with the puzzle, you can pick it up and hold it in your hands.
Very
so there's
cool.
no ironing required, and they're perfect decorations then once they're built.
And all the pieces are the same size, just different colors.
Just different colors.
All
so
right.
it comes in 700-piece and 1,500-piece puzzles that build up big ones.
And I
as
would
well.
think that if you have a child that really loves to accomplish and to
Yeah.
create, that would burn a lot of time.
This was perfect for me as a kid. It would keep me
Okay.
very busy until it was perfect.
Very nice. Now this, again, I want to eat this. What is it?
This is Play Foam Pluffle. Also not food, but very fun to play with.
Play Foam
Pluffle.
Pluffle.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you reach your hand in there, it feels like it's moving on its own. It's this very cathartic, tactile situation. I have
look
3
at that.
colors mixed together in there, but they come in 2 packs.
Here, watch. Watch it. It's like Stranger Things.
Yeah,
it's moving on its own.
It looks like it's... So pull it together and mold it into things.
Yeah, and again, not sticky.
Not sticky at all. And once you, it doesn't stick to your hands either, so once you're done playing, you just put it back into its tube and store it.
I've made a mess. That's kind of cool.
But
And
easy to clean up.
It definitely has a Stranger Thing vibe. It's moving in there. It's kind of creeping me out. Okay, this
All
I
right.
love.
This
What's
is
that?
This is Rubik's Edge from Winning Moves Games. So it's 1/3 of the Rubik's Cube, right?
Right.
So when you can mix it up, it can go in different directions. You can also turn it, as I was showing you earlier, into really fun shapes so that it's not just a basic flat square. And then you have to try to solve it from there.
Very neat.
So you put it back together.
So for anybody that loved the Rubik's Cube, which I was definitely in that camp,
yeah, for sure.
and it could take some time to solve.
And this one's really good for that holiday travel too, because you can stick it right in your bag. It's really small.
You're right. And finally?
And so this is Lucky Fortune. So Lucky Fortune are these collectible bracelets that kids can have. I'm wearing 2 of them right now, but they come in these fortune cookies. So once kids break them open, inside they'll get a fortune that matches their charm bracelet. They'll get it inside of a blind bag. And when they open it up, you get a very cool charm, as well as the fortune that goes along with it.
Nice!
So they come in individuals like this, but they also come in BFF packs. So you and I could both open one together, and they'd be matching like mac and cheese.
I like, and that's the $60 one.
And this is the $60 one. This is the Tamagotchi On. So the Tamagotchi is back. It is more modernized. It has a colored screen. Kids can connect their Tamagotchis. They can even get married, but they can travel together. And then kids can also decide within the world if they want their Tamagotchi to eat in or go out to a restaurant. They can go to the mall. They can shop. They can do all kinds of new things.
Pretty fun.
Very fun.
I did it.
I know. You're so good at this. I'm so impressed.
I loved the Rubik's Cube as a kid. Ellie, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Stocking stuffers, ideas, under $20 except the Tamagotchis, which are $60. Still pretty good.
Still good.
Much more. Lunch break right after you see this. Stay with us. Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah, thank you.
Jasmine's trying to cheer me up, saying at least the Browns scored yesterday.
They could have been really bad.
It was really bad. As if we needed another excuse to eat chocolate this time of year. Today, believe it or not, I'm not making this up, is National Chocolate Covered Anything Day.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing, but there are a bunch of foods that you can cover in chocolate that I never even thought about.
Yeah, we were talking from fruit marshmallows to even potato chips. You can celebrate by breaking out the chocolate fountain and having a dripping party, or support local chocolatiers and buy something sweet. Sounds
That looks good.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks for making 3 News a part of your afternoon. Watch us live wherever you are, on our website, on our apps, and on Hulu and Roku. No matter where you are, 3 News is there.